Agatha Christie's Murder on the Links, a timeless tale of mystery and deception. Agatha Christie remains one of the most prolific and influential authors in the mystery genre. Born in 1890 in Torquay, England, Christie penned over 66 detective novels and numerous short stories, selling millions of copies worldwide. Her stories have been translated into every major language and adapted into countless films, television series, and stage plays. Among her vast bibliography, Murder on the Links, published in 1923, stands out as an early gem in her career, marking the second full-length novel featuring her iconic Belgian detective, Hercule Poirot. Written during the interwar period, Murder on the Links reflects the era's fascination with crime fiction, a genre that exploded in popularity following the disruptions of World War I. Christie drew inspiration from real-life events, classic detective traditions, and her own experiences as a nurse and pharmacist during the war, where she encountered human psychology and deception firsthand. The novel is a quintessential Christie mystery, blending intricate plotting, clever clues, and a dash of international intrigue. Set against the glamorous backdrop of the French Riviera, it explores themes of identity, betrayal, and the fragility of truth, elements that would become hallmarks of her storytelling. At its core, Murder on the Links is a whodunit that showcases Christie's mastery of misdirection. The story follows Poirot as he unravels a complex web of lies surrounding the murder of a wealthy businessman. While it may not be as commercially renowned as The Murder of Roger Ackroyd or Murder on the Orient Express, it offers a compelling narrative that highlights Christie's evolving style. This overview will delve into the plot, characters, themes, and cultural significance of the novel, providing a comprehensive look at why it continues to captivate readers nearly a century later. Plot summary. Murder on the Links opens with an urgent letter from a mysterious millionaire, Paul Renaud, who contacts Hercule Poirot in England, pleading for help. Renaud claims he is in grave danger and fears for his life in his villa near the fictional town of Merlinville-sur-Mer in France. Intrigued, Poirot, accompanied by his loyal companion Captain Arthur Hastings, travels across the Channel to investigate. Upon arrival, they discover that Renaud has been brutally murdered, stabbed in the back and left in a shallow grave on the golf course he was developing, a symbolic setting that ties into the novel's title. As Poirot begins his inquiry, the case quickly reveals layers of complexity. Renaud's wife, who was bound and gagged during the attack, provides a hazy account of the events, claiming intruders broke in and demanded a secret document. The local police, led by the somewhat inept Inspector Giraud, are on the scene, but Poirot's methodical approach contrasts sharply with Giraud's reliance on physical evidence and hunches. The investigation uncovers a tangled network of motives: Renaud's extramarital affairs, his business dealings, and a possible connection to a daring robbery from years past. Christie masterfully weaves in red herrings and false leads, drawing readers into a maze of suspects. There's the enigmatic Duchess, Renaud's secretive secretary, and a cast of colorful characters from the local community, including circus performers and international travelers. Hastings, serving as the narrative's eyes and ears, provides comic relief and a grounded perspective, often misunderstanding Poirot's cryptic deductions. As the story progresses, Poirot's little grey cells are put to the test, leading to a series of twists that challenge assumptions and reveal hidden connections. Without spoiling the resolution, the novel builds to a climactic confrontation where Poirot assembles the suspects and unveils the truth. Christie's pacing is impeccable. She balances suspenseful revelations with moments of levity, keeping the reader guessing until the final pages. The French setting adds an exotic flair, contrasting the orderly English detective with the passionate, unpredictable continental lifestyle. Overall, the plot exemplifies Christie's genius for constructing airtight mysteries that feel both timeless and topical, drawing on the social anxieties of the 1920s, such as wealth inequality and the aftermath of war. Key characters and their roles. At the heart of Murder on the Links is Hercule Poirot, Christie's most enduring creation. Introduced in her debut novel, The Mysterious Affair at Styles, 1920, Poirot is a retired Belgian police detective with a fastidious personality, impeccable mustache, and an unshakable belief in logic over intuition. In this novel, Poirot is portrayed as a brilliant but eccentric figure, whose dapper appearance and precise mannerisms often disarm suspects. His philosophy of detection, relying on psychological insight rather than brute force, sets him apart from contemporaries like Arthur Conan Doyle's Sherlock Holmes, who favored scientific methods. Complementing Poirot is Captain Arthur Hastings, a former military officer and the novel's first-person narrator. Hastings serves as a foil to Poirot, representing the average reader with his straightforward, sometimes naive observations. His romantic entanglements and emotional responses add a human element to the story, making the narrative more relatable. Through Hastings' eyes, Christie explores themes of loyalty and friendship, as he grapples with the moral complexities of the case. The supporting cast is equally vivid. Paul Renaud, the victim, is a self-made millionaire with a shady past, embodying the era's new rich. His wife, Mrs. Renaud, is a woman of mystery, whose demeanor shifts from grief-stricken to suspiciously composed, raising questions about her involvement. Inspector Giraud, the arrogant French detective, provides a rival for Poirot, highlighting Christie's commentary on differing investigative styles. Other characters, such as the flirtatious daughter of a local family and a circus strongman, add layers of intrigue and misdirection, each with potential motives and alibis. Christie's character development is subtle yet effective. She uses dialogue and actions to reveal personalities, avoiding heavy exposition. This technique not only advances the plot but also deepens the reader's investment in the story. Poirot, in particular, evolves slightly in this novel, showing glimpses of vulnerability that hint at his deeper humanity, a trait Christie would expand upon in later works. Themes, motifs, and literary analysis. Murder on the Links is rich with themes that resonate beyond its genre. Central to the narrative is the motif of deception and identity, as characters don masks, both literal and figurative, to conceal their true intentions. Renaud's life is built on secrets, mirroring the post-World War I disillusionment with facades of respectability. Christie critiques the superficiality of wealth and social status, showing how they can mask deeper corruptions. The golf links themselves symbolize life's precariousness. Just as the course is under construction, so too are the characters' lives, vulnerable to sudden upheavals. Another key theme is the clash of cultures and methods. Poirot's European sensibility, influenced by his Belgian heritage, contrasts with the more impulsive French approach embodied by Giraud. This reflects broader interwar tensions, including national identities and the lingering effects of the Great War. Christie, who traveled extensively, infuses the novel with authentic details of French life, from the bustling cafes to the scenic countryside, enhancing its atmospheric tension. The novel's structure exemplifies Christie's signature style, a carefully constructed puzzle with clues scattered throughout. She employs red herrings masterfully, leading readers to false conclusions before delivering a satisfying resolution. This technique not only entertains but also engages the audience intellectually, inviting them to play detective alongside Poirot. Critics have praised Christie for her egalitarian approach to mystery writing. Unlike some contemporaries, she treats all characters as potential suspects, subverting expectations based on class or gender. In terms of literary analysis, Murder on the Links demonstrates Christie's growth as a writer. Compared to her first Poirot novel, it features tighter plotting and more nuanced characterizations. However, some scholars note that the book's reliance on coincidences and melodramatic elements can feel dated. Despite this, Its enduring appeal lies in its escapist quality, offering a thrilling escape into a world of intrigue while exploring universal truths about human nature. Historically, the novel was well received upon publication, solidifying Christie's reputation. It was serialized in magazines before its book release, a common practice that helped build her audience. Today, it remains a staple in mystery literature courses, appreciated for its influence on the genre. Christie's ability to blend romance, humor, and suspense paved the way for modern crime writers like P.D. James and Harlan Coben. In conclusion, Murder on the Links is a captivating showcase of Agatha Christie's talents, blending intricate plotting, memorable characters, and thought-provoking themes into a cohesive narrative. Published at a time when the world was reeling from war and seeking diversion, the novel provided not only entertainment but also a mirror to society's complexities. Poirot's triumph over deception reaffirms the power of intellect and perseverance, leaving readers with a sense of resolution and intrigue. As Christie's second Poirot outing, it marks an important milestone in her career, foreshadowing the iconic mysteries that would follow.